showtime! Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Toonkind. I have with me here today Doll, who will be playing
Hello.
partner. And I'll be playing Stellar Blue. You know the drill if you've listened to these. We've got our idiots in love.
Yeah, like if it's me and MJ, obviously it's gonna be the idiots.
Yeah. Eventually we'll start having more characters in the roster, probably one day. But idiots
Maybe.
have priority. So, I'll set the scene. It was a bright. Oh, hello, Hoosh. We've got some people in the audience here. So, it was
It's
a
no
bright,
audience
sunny
chat, so I guess you
afternoon.
guys can just do some announcements to chat.
Yeah, it's okay. This is
Okay, go
just
ahead.
kind of informal. So, it was a bright, sunny day when Stellar Blue made his way to the grocery store. Now, being a bit of a nomad, he didn't tend to buy in bulk. But sometimes a man wants cereal, and sometimes a man needs milk to go with that cereal. Passing through aisles of various knickknacks, including a cereal with a familiar face that he squinted at. If that rabbit showed up to try and take the cereal he was getting this milk for, he would do something. He wasn't quite sure yet, but he would defend the cereal. Not that Trixie would be able to get it anyway. Anyway, making his way to the refrigerated section of the store, he finds the milk, and he begins reaching for the milk.
And he ends up bumping hands with someone. And in another gag of the universe that appears to keep happening, that someone happens to be his friend partner.
Still looks up suddenly, and then just squawks in surprise. What? Partner?
Partner was here because partner just needed some milk and then he was gonna leave. But now that Stell's here, he knows he's gonna get sidetracked. It's not a question.
It's the law of the universe.
Yeah. So Stella's just being stared at by partner, who is grabbing the milk. Like, not hesitating. That's his milk. Go away.
Just both hovering their hands over the same jug of milk, unsure of what to do. Still, eventually clears his throat. Wow, fancy seeing you here. You, in the market for some wholesome, fresh from the farm milk as well?
Partner just silently nods and grabs the carton.
Still just sort of shifts out of the way and lets partner have that jug before grabbing a jug of his own.
Partner isn't quite sure what to say here, because all the other times it was a random moment where it led to adventure, and here it's just the grocery store. It's like seeing your teacher in public. It's awkward.
The mundanity adds to the awkwardness. The electric lights of the grocery store buzz above them in almost an awkward hum. Someone, a couple aisles down, coughs absently. A grocery store worker who looks like they haven't slept in at least 5 days shuffles along, pulling a trolley of various goods to restock shelves.
Partner awkwardly looks away and back and is like, well, I guess we should go. We got what we came for.
Yeah, it was nice seeing you. And then they both awkwardly stand there for a moment. I guess we're both heading to the register?
Yeah? Where else would we be going?
I don't know, you might have more on your grocery list. Do we both just come in here for milk and only milk? Is that what's happening?
I have everything else I need.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm heading to the register. You could like walk alongside me and talk if you wanted. I mean, you don't have to.
Partner just shrugs and then starts making the walk while like looking back at Stell and then going more.
And still makes his way to the cash register.
But before they could reach it, the lights start flickering. And then there's a mini blackout. And then the lights come back on again.
What's
Usually
that?
grocery stores are better at this.
Huh. Guess they're having power problems.
Partner makes a non-committal grunt and keeps walking.
Still follows behind and, quite frankly, immediately forgets about the power outage because, I mean, it happens. It's nothing to write home about if it's just a quick flicker.
Partner, a couple minutes, just stops in place and then looks back at Still and asks, "Were the aisles always this long?"
Huh? Huh. Maybe? I mean, it's kind of a big grocery store. I mean, huh. He looks down the long, long aisle and then sort of hums nervously. Huh. Actually, that does seem longer than usual. And is it just me or are the lights dimmer after that power outage?
Partner nods and just starts looking around in confusion.
Still, just sort of glances up and around at the shelves that also seem sort of taller. It was weird. It was like the aisles of the store had become more like the walls of a maze. There's even a few
Part
very strange brands that had made an appearance on the shelves. Not quite unusual enough, but something that isn't there before.
all the brands and words on the items in the store are hard to read for some reason when they were perfectly clear before. Partner is getting freaked out and is starting to speed walk down the aisle. Would
Still,
Stell like to make an investigation check?
oh, I would like to make an investigation check. Let's see. +7 to investigation. That should be fun. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to dice roll. I always have to relearn every single time. I don't know why.
Huh? Imp joined the server? Okay. Hi.
Wow, we have an audience of free. That's more audience than I think we've ever had.
Yeah! Usually we have 0 audience.
It's just a game of us talking to each other. Okay, let's see. So that's a D20 +7. Let's see if I did that right. Yay, I did it.
Yep,
13.
13 will do it. So, you do get a bit separated from partner as you start investigating, but you do notice that this is definitely something magical. Something has happened to this store, and you're pretty sure you two aren't gonna find the exit until you figure out what's gone wrong here.
Still sort of starts glancing around more wildly, just like turning in a circle and then sprinting after partner. Wait up, wait up, what is going on? Partner, partner, I know this sounds crazy, but I think there is magical shenanigans happening. Actually, wait, hold on, this is Toontown, of course there's magical shenanigans happening. But still, this is like a
Yeah,
different brand. of magical shenanigans.
It's more back rooms than gags.
Yeah.
Partner is obviously unnerved and decides to start trying going across the aisles instead of down them to see if he can find the register area. But it's kind of hard to see when the aisles stretch on into fog.
It's just like, it's almost like as they wander this maze of a grocery store, the aisles are getting longer and longer, dimmer at the
Mm-hmm.
ends, fog is rolling in from the ventilation. Stell
Mm-hmm.
is clutching the milk like a teddy bear. I just wanted cereal. The Trixie's curse rub off on me. Is this what this is?
Hell of a curse if it is.
I don't think curses are supposed to work like that, partner. Maybe if we put the milk back, it will reset. He begins turning around and then stops. I don't remember which way we went to get to the milk. And the signs are just sort of garbled looking text now. I'm not sure if we can
Yeah.
really trust them for directional sense.
Honestly, as you look at the signs, they look like they're starting to melt. So, yeah, not really reliable.
It's just still just looks at the milk in his hands and then just slowly places it down on the floor and backs away with his hands up.
Partner is continuing to go off. Not far enough that you can't see him, but far enough that he's not looking. And I would like you to make a perception check.
Oh boy, lots of rolls for me.
Yeah, still the only one actually looking at things.
Partner is just speed walking through this.
Yeah, partner was out.
Partner is not going to become victim to horror movie.
Correct.
Partner is speed walking his way to freedom. 21!
I was gonna have it be like a corner of the eye glance, but you see this full on as a random cat appears and jumps onto the milk jug. It makes eye contact with you in a seemingly amused look, and then like picks up the milk with its tail and then walks off to a different aisle.
Still just stands there frozen for a moment, and then just slowly turns towards partner. A cat just stole my milk!
Partner does not understand what Stell just saw and thinks Stell is trying to make jokes to lighten the situation. He says, "Yeah, they tend to do that."
I mean, I guess, but. Still just shrugs and just starts walking to try to catch back up with P.
And now that he's seen it, Stell is starting to notice the cat is following them, either along the tops of very tall shelves or appearing in the corner of his eye.
Still, it's just
Or e-
beginning to be really freaked out by this cat. It's already a freaky situation, but somehow being followed by a black cat with a really weird grin is not helping his nerves.
and every time partner looks like he's about to see this cat, it gets out of the way. As if it's specifically toying with the both of them.
So, slowly gets out his rapier because, I mean, he's not sure if the cat is an evil entity. But normal cats don't do that, right? He's not that familiar with animals, in all honesty, but this seems like absurdly ominous behavior for a regular animal.
Partner seems increasingly agitated and says, "Should we just Should we just split up for a second?
No, that's how they get you in
Cover more
horror
ground.
movies. Have you never watched one?
I know what horror stuff is, but I don't want to be here longer than I have to.
Well, yeah, I don't see how splitting up will help that. Look at this place. It's becoming a maze of ominous darkness. I don't think splitting up will help us. Might want to try rolling a persuasion.
Okay. I didn't have my character sheet open before this because I forgot.
Oh no.
Let me get it.
Loving the chiming in from the audience. Who says the cat is a bodega cat, confirmed.
Where is he? There. Let me see the partner. Open that. And where is persuasion? Natural 20 plus 4.
That's what you got?
Yeah. You can do rolls on DMV, so that's what I did.
Oh yeah. I always forget about that feature. Well, I think partner. Well, here you did what partner does to truly persuade Stell to split up.
Here, just you go down this aisle. I'll go down this aisle that's right next to it. We will meet each other at the end of the aisle since there are separations between these aisles. Okay?
uh, okay, but if I get eaten by a monster, or you get eaten by a monster the moment we turn our backs, well, it's on you. I'm gonna haunt you. He then just stretched down the
Despite the
aisle.
scary situation, partner does let out of a bit of a chuckle at that before going down their aisle. And now here's where Stell gets to have the time of his life with the cat in the store.
Still, he's walking out down alone now. And he kind of has a little bit of a smile on his face just because he heard partner's chuckle. But man, the lights just dim, still buzzing as if they were on 100 voltage, or whatever. I don't know light bulb terms.
Yeah.
You think I know electricity? No, still doesn't either. This isn't character.
Yeah. And up on one of the very melty signs is the cat that he has seen before. And it's moving in a way that looks like those old creepy cat clocks that grandmas always have in their houses.
Still looks up at it, stares blankly for a moment, and then just shudders and says, "Ugh, you you are not a normal cat. You are not a normal Toon cat. You are just a creepy creature."
The swinging of the tail and different side-to-side glances of the eyes suddenly stop as it directs all its attention on Stell. And
Oh,
its
that is
grin
so much
seems to get
worse.
wider. Its grin definitely seems to get wider.
Okay, I'm uh partner, can you hear me? There's a weird cat here.
Ma, there's the
Yeah,
weird
you hear.
cat. The cat audibly laughs at that and
There's a
then
weird
says,
cat here and it's laughing. Partner, can you hear me? Can partner hear him?
no, not in the slightest.
Not in the
You won't
slightest.
be able to hear partner either.
I knew we should have split up. He then just sort of looks dejectedly down the aisles and then turns his attention back up at the creepy cat, and he just sort of awkwardly glances about and then he clears his throat. uh, I don't suppose You're behind all this, he gestures at the general area. Weird stuff going on.
It hops down from the sign and starts walking around still in a little circle like cats tend to do. But it's so much creepier when it starts talking. Well, who's to say? Maybe you're the one causing this.
I mean, I haven't fully ruled out that I caught the cereal curse, but I dropped the milk.
I know, I was there.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying what we both know. So I mean, ruling out the milk or slash cereal curse. It has to be, alright? You don't just weird cats don't just show up and start posturing to people while the world is going all weird, dark, and scary.
The cat just keeps looking more and more amused as it says, well, what about your friend over there? Who
Partner
rules
is as
out them?
confused as I am, I'm sure of it.
The cat snickers and then claws at Stell's cape a little to trip him up and says, you're always so sure about things, aren't you?
I mean, in a general sense, no, not actually, but in this sense, I trust Partner. If he had something to tell me, he'd tell me it.
And you have known each other for how long?
Hmm. He sort of taps his chin, like, a year, but, like, I mean, we're not consistently. But, I mean, we keep running into each other. That's, I mean, I don't really believe in fate too much, but at a certain point, you gotta accept that clearly we're meant to keep meeting each other. I mean, when we first met, just what, Animus around that time. Then we ran into each other again, and then we ran into each other in a random forest on another continent, I think, and then, like,
Oh,
ran
still
into each other
talking,
in.
the cat starts walking down the aisle.
What?
Estelle is rambling, the cat starts walking down the aisle.
Still just sort of interrupts himself to watch the cat start walking away, and he's like, okay, I guess I'm not that interesting, huh?
It pauses for a second to look back at him to see if he's going to follow it.
Oh, I see. Still sort of glances behind him, like, over his shoulder, just, like, hoping Partner will make an appearance. And then he looks back at the cat. Dang it. Okay. And he just starts following it. Hesitantly. Still has his rapier out, still ready to start stabbing monsters should any make an appearance, or should the cat try to leap at his face and claw his eyes out.
The cat begins to say, so if you're so sure you know so much about him, what does he know about you?
That causes Still to pause, but he quickly resumes walking. Well, I mean, what have I told him? Uh, I mean, he knows I'm a hero. I mean, that's really the main thing to know about me. Stellar Blue, hero of Toonkind.
And that's all? Wow, you really don't know much about each other.
Uh, I mean, we're still getting to know each other.
The cat just grins and keeps up its walk.
Stella is sensing that this cat is clearly trying to get him to be doubtful of it, and it's almost working, but in a way he's not truly believing it yet because, well, ominous cat is clearly ominous cat. He's seen enough horror movies to know this is the part where the villain attempts to divide the hero party.
Well, since you are talking to the cat, you can question it. After all, you're letting it lead the conversation.
You're right. I think he's a little bit afraid to ask this weird cat. You never know what might set it off.
The cat, as ominous as it seems, is rather chill, as if not much bothers it.
So works up the courage to just sort of, as they're walking, just sort of start asking some questions. So, who are you? What are you? I feel like I deserve to know at least that,
The cat looks up at him and says, I am the cat. That's all there is to it. Nothing more, nothing less.
The cat. Yeah, I can tell you're a cat, but I mean, you're not a normal cat.
Well, I told you my name, so tell me yours.
You already, I mean, you seem to already be aware of me. I also already told you, I just announced I'm Stellar Blue, hero of Toonkind. I mean, maybe that was a bit of an exaggeration. I mean, I've been saving some people, and I mean, it's not just Toonkind specifically. I'm sort of general hero, but I mean, hey, I can dream. A guy can dream. I'm not gonna have a cat question my life choices.
All right, then. No proper introductions. How rude.
Still just glances
It's
about
less of
awkwardly.
like, it's not offended, it just finds this funny. It's very obvious about that.
It's just still calm behavior, amusing to both partner and the cat.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, Still's calm behavior does seem to do him a lot of favors, since that's partly why Nara decided to like him, I think.
The aisle is still going, so there's plenty of time to talk.
Still is, if he had a watch to check, he would absently check it, but unfortunately he does not have a watch, so instead he's just sort of squinting at the weird garbled names on the brands. There seems to be a lot more cat food cans than there used to be on the aisles.
Mm-hmm.
He glances back at the cat. So, what's the goal here? What's your angle? Since either you caused this or you're here because this happened, or I mean, hey, maybe you were here for milk too. But either way, you seem to be rather ominous and acting like you know more than you're letting on. So, want to enlighten me at all?
The cat just keeps walking and doesn't look back, but says, I have nothing to do with this. And I'd like you to make a contest. How do you do this? How do you Hoosh, how do you do rolls against deceit? Insight versus deceit. Okay, so you do your insight. I will roll a deceit.
Okay. Yes, no
And
pluses to insight.
I don't have a sheet for the cat. I will have to make that sometime, so I'm just gonna borrow partner's stuff.
The cat is currently just drawing on partner, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
So, 2!
So you have to beat a 19. What did you get? A 2.
A 2! I got a
You do
2!
not beat this cat's deception.
It's just a 2! He never stood a chance. Okay, well,
So still
clearly,
fully believes that this cat has nothing to do with this now.
he is fully on board that this cat is just another victim of circumstance.
That knows seemingly a lot about them.
It happens. Hey, who knows? Maybe it's a fan of both of them that's just too shy to have approached them before now. in fact, still goes with this assumption because it's a lot less creepy than assuming this cat has just been stalking them. So, I'm sorry to have falsely accused you if that's the case, but, well, he kind of gets a little bit more bold and stretch up to walk alongside the cat. Don't you worry, kitty cat, I will protect us from whatever this is.
Oh, how nice. Thank you.
Yep.
You don't know why, but the cat seems like this is the most hilarious thing it's ever heard.
It's one of the most hilarious things I've ever heard. How's partner doing?
The partner is there because the aisle is just about to end, so you're about to see partner again.
Wonderful. Stella's now sort of leading the cat in a way. He's like, you've got his shoulders straight, chest puffed, rapier at the ready. It's like he's leading the cat in an escort mission.
Eventually the aisle ends and partner comes out on the other aisle and says, "So, did you see anything?"
Yeah, I found the cat. He then points to the cat. Is the cat still there?
No, not at all.
He then pauses, glances around, and then just sort of hunches and sighs. I think it's shy, but I questioned it, and it totally has nothing to do with this. So if you see a cat that has a really weird, ominous grin and ominous way of speaking, don't worry about it. I think it's just another victim of whatever this is. It might be a
Partner
fan
seems
of
to
ours. It knows
stiffen
a
up.
lot about us.
Partner seems to stiffen up a little, and he's 50-50 on whether this is what he now thinks it is, or whether Stell is just hallucinating out of fear.
I feel like I ought to roll something to try and convince partner.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess, what would that be? A persuasion?
Yeah, probably.
So, persuading partner to see if he believes that Stell is in fact telling the truth. A 15!
15. I'd say that gets partner to wave away his doubts of, is Stell hallucinating? Do I need to smack him out of it?
As we all know,
But
the best
partner does ask, so, what did this cat look like then?
did I not just say it had, okay, it's a black cat, and I mean, its primary feature is that it has creepy smile, creepy eyes. I mean, have you ever seen one of those wall clock cats? I mean, of course you have.
Yeah, partner visibly stiffens up, like a lot.
Stell's just now ranting about clocks, I think. Like how
Yeah.
Town just has so many weird clocks. But anyway,
Partner's
it's like one of those cat clocks.
Did you happen to catch its name?
And I already said, it's literally the cat, it told me.
Yeah, partner is visibly not happy. And he's like starting to mutter to himself, like, why is it here? What does it want this time?
Stell squints.
And he is ignoring Stell now, like lost in his own mumblings.
Can I do an insight on partner?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if Stell can glean what's going on. 7.
Nope. That is not high enough.
So Stella's just squinting at partner who's just muttering to himself, and he's sort of just awkwardly just like not sure what's going on at the current moment. It's it's a cat. I don't think it's something to worry about.
And partner says it's not a cat, it's the cat. And he grabs Still's hand and starts speed walking towards the front of wherever this is.
What do you mean? I mean, its name is the cat. I mean, that's probably funny on paper. First name the, last name cat. But, like, what? Do you know this guy?
Yeah, I really do.
Okay, nice. That probably explains why it seemed to know about me. What have you done talking about me to people that like he has just a small little smile on his face? I didn't realize like I had made that much of an impact on your life for you to be talking about me to other people.
Partner looks a little embarrassed, but then says, I've been talking to other people, not the cat, about you. It just saw us.
What? It saw us? Oh dang it! Okay, I had a fear that this cat had been stalking us, but I had been hoping it was a fan. Do we have a stalker? P, do you have a stalker? He then like lifts up his rapier. I can deal with it. I mean, I don't want to kill a cat, but I can
You
intimidate it.
couldn't if you tried. It came out a lot harsher than he meant it to, but he's being serious.
Still just sort of is taken aback. What? Partner, what is going on? The world's gone weird, and now this cat is here. And you didn't say anything at first. But now that I've told you that the cat is the cat, apparently you're acting weird. What is the cat? Who is he? Who is he to you?
And partner, in a sudden outburst, says, It's the reason why I look like this! And then he shuts up. Very fast.
Cell sort of jerks back and his like beak clamps closed, and he just sort of stares at partner. And you want to roll an insight?
Oh, sure, let's roll an insight. Let's see what's going on here. 16.
Yeah, that'll do it. Still, he's clearly taken aback by P's outburst, but it's like his face is almost blank, like shocked or offended, but in his eyes there is just utmost just concern and worry and like sincere sorriness for partner. Since still knows partner. Partner doesn't usually, act like this. So still can see trauma. He's not stupid. I mean, he's sort of stupid sometimes, but not like this. He's seen his fair share of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just slowly reaches
Partner looks
out to
like they
partner.
want. Yeah.
He just still slowly reaches out to partner, but sort of stops short of patting his arm or putting a reassuring hand on his shoulder.
Partner wants to apologize, but is much too tense right now to do so. So they just start pulling Stella along again. I don't know why it's here, and I don't know what it wants, but I know it's here because of me.
Yeah. Huh. How do we deal with this? Like, it seems like we could talk to it. At least it talked to me. It seems to be avoiding you. Which if it's weird if it's here for you. Hmm.
Partner just grumbles.
What was that?
Partner grumbles in
Oh no, sorry, that
annoyance.
was in character. I have a hard time doing Still's voice sometimes. So Still's
Yeah,
asking partner what he was grumbling.
partner says, if it's here because I forgot something, then it's probably trying to mess with me.
Huh. What did you forget, if anything?
He's like, I don't know. That's the problem.
Well, huh. Like, I don't know, did you have like a meetup or something? Why would you be meeting up with the thing that he sort of stopped short of finishing that sentence, but his hand was set to gesture at partner's general face,
Partner is getting more and more irritated by the second, so he just stops and then shouts out, What do you want? And slowly, a shadow starts covering the both of them from behind.
Fink still hesitates and then turns.
The cat is much, much bigger than it was before.
Fink still sort of stiffens and his eyes do, like, you know how Toons when they're surprised their eyes like widen a bit, bulge, you know?
Yeah.
Like that. And his mouth opens, but he just can't think of anything to say, so he just closes it and gulps.
Yeah, partner turns around at this and also stiffens a bit, but stands his ground, and the cat says, "What do you think I want?"
Hopefully not our souls.
Partner just says, "It wouldn't take him unless we gave him willingly."
Oh, that's reassuring. Implying it can, in fact, take our souls.
And the cat grins as partner, upon having said that to Stell, slowly has the dawning realization of why this thing is here. And then he just face palms, like with both hands.
Still sort of jolts and then just quirks an eyebrow at it. Like it was getting tense, but somehow that's broken the tenseness, you know, a face palm. Huh.
And partner slowly pulls his head back up and says, "I forgot my sacrifice this time, didn't I?" And the cat just lets out a laugh, which shakes the both of them because of how big it is now, and it says, "You are very forgetful this week."
Still just sort of glancing between them, like, what? Sacrifice? What? Huh? Does anyone want to tell Stellar Blue what's going on?
And the cat says, "Well, where's the fun if you're not figuring it out yourself?"
Okay, then let me think. What would I roll here?
Insight, perception, any sort of investigation.
You know what? I will roll investigation, but he's now trying to put clues together. And plus, I just really want that +7 modifier. 19!
So, between the sacrifices, the way this cat has been able to manipulate the space around them, the way it's been able to change its size, the whole partner thing, and how the cat has, like, such a weird name, you're starting to think that this might be a deity. You are staring down a god.
Stell, putting this together, straightens, looks at the cat, looks at partner, looks at the cat again, and then just leans towards partner. Buddy, are we in the presence of a god that you forgot to give a sacrifice?
Partner just solemnly nods and says, "Still, meet the cat, a deity of sacrifice."
And Stell just sort of like, his face just sort of flattens out, like, mouth just real, you know, he just sort of leans back up away from partner, just sort of raises his arms and just slowly steps away from this, and then once he is a couple feet away, he says, "Well, I think this officially does not involve me. Just, I don't know, give it
The
a peanut."
cat is laughing at Stell. "You were involved the moment you stepped foot in here."
I went into a grocery store. That is not equivalent to signing up for godly shenanigans.
"Yes, but it's so much more fun messing with two people than one, especially one who knows my little patron here."
But, okay. Fine, but can I have my milk back?
"No."
Okay. He just slumps in defeat.
Yeah, just such a solid no.
Milk denied.
Denied. You are not getting that back.
So what's even really his milk yet? He hadn't paid for it or anything.
Partner sighs and like they want to keep their milk. They're going to pay for that, so they pull out their bag and begin rummaging through it to see what they can offer. And eventually they settle upon a copy of a very familiar photograph because the only way the cat is going to leave now if it's something of value. And a copy of a photograph from, well, the first animus that partner ever spent is pretty valuable, at least a partner.
Still recognizes that photo of that humanoid Toon. Huh. And he sort of looks at it questioningly, and then he glances at partner. You you're gonna give it that away? Oh, that's sad. You're gonna give away that picture of your friend?
To reiterate what picture this is, you can still say that because it is a picture of partner and their friends. It's
Oh
the
wait, hold on.
animus
Sorry, did I
picture.
forget? He didn't see the picture originally, did he?
You have not seen that picture. This is a copy of the animus picture where everyone was wearing their mask that they had just made.
Ah, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking on the wrong track. Sorry. Scratch whatever I just said.
Still sentimental,
Still
and still would
sentimental.
notice it.
So okay, this time okay. Undo. Okay, this time still sees the picture partner is holding, and he recognizes it from their animus together. Everyone in their masks, and he just sort of frowns and with a certain sadness walks up to partner and pats his shoulder. Are you really? Do you really have to give that away? Could you not give it something that's you know heartfelt?
It takes whatever you give it, but it probably wants interest with me forgetting last time, so.
What if you gave it two separate things of smaller value?
Still, just let me do this so we can get out of here.
Okay. And he backs up again and just sort of turns away and just sort of looks absently down the dark hallway.
And partner sets the photograph down on the ground. And he doesn't really need to do this part of the ritual since the cat is here, but it feels like the flare is kind of appropriate. He pulls out some chalks and starts drawing some symbols around it.
He still sort of twists its head back to look over his shoulder, just to barely watch what's happening.
And when he finishes, he steps back, and the symbols glow, and the picture dissipates. And the cat looks pleased.
And still just sort of turns away again and just sort of taps his foot, kind of just glancing around now, wondering if everything will suddenly reset.
Cat smiles, and then steps over both of them, walking to the exit. It
Big
turns
kitty.
around, gives them another grin, and says, "Thank you. Don't be so forgetful next time." And then the lights flicker, and there's a mini blackout. And then the lights come back on, and they're standing in that same old grocery store, right next to the milk aisle, as if nothing had happened.
Still blinks and then just turns towards partner and just shrugs. That that sure was something.
Partner just sighs and says, "I'm sorry for getting you wrapped up in that."
I mean, I would say it's not your fault. I mean, the cat didn't have to put me into the grocery store hell dimension.
Grocery store hell dimension.
You know, my family calls Walmart the Dark Empire.
Partner grabs another carton of milk and holds it out to Stella and says, "Do you still want to walk up to the front together?"
Uh, yeah, sure. And he grabs the milk and holds it and just sort of glances around one last time as if worried the cat will appear and take it again. And then I suppose
And they walk to the front.
he just follows partner along to the front and purchases some fresh dairy products.
And they get outside the store and everything's normal.
Yeah, the sun is shining, people are strolling about on the streets. It's just a lovely day in Toontown. No one at all aware of what transpired within a humble grocery store.
But usually this is the part where partner walks off mysteriously, but partner asks, "Do you mind if we spend a little bit more time together?"
I think still like does a double take at that and just sort of like openly stares at partner before a smile creeps onto his beak. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like that.
And that is where the scene is set, as
Shoot.
these two dorks go off to hang out.
Yes, maybe they head towards a coffee shop.
Maybe.
Maybe they just go on to hang out about town. That was such
This
a
was
good joke.
fun. This was short, but it was fun.
It was I think it was either an hour or just shy of an hour.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess I'll end the recording. So, to everyone who
Mhm.
watched and also our live listeners, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode of two idiots getting to know each other and dealing with eldritch horrors. Bye bye!